right. Happy Monday. Close enough. Not close enough. Very bad. Okay. Freaking pipes. Yeah. Hey, Cuber. Happy Monday. Whew. Man, that second pipe. Very rough. There we go. Hi-ho! Welcome in, Ruler. Happy Monday. Oh, wait, no. You were being Ned Flanders. Hidely-ho, neighborino. Fresh shave, new PB, or was it for the holiday? It was a new PB, yeah. Whew. And Rogach. Tier 3, holy shit. Thank you so much, Rogach. And thank you for the 4 months. Goddamn. Got back to 15, I know, right? Good luck with the climb. Thank you so much. No, it feels so good though. Getting back to floor 15 again. What was that, last Tuesday? Tier 3 subs, pretty legendary, right? Whew. Oh, man. Trying to support however you can? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the best way of supporting is being here and watching, but it's always crazy to me, the idea of people actually giving me money for something as silly as climbing a tower like 5 days a week. But I love it. Thank you so much. PB's obviously great, but holy recovery. I know, right? What a crazy recovery. And we made it back to 13 off of that one. Absolutely insane. Crap. Oh. Oh, that jump. Difficult to be here often, usually in time zones further east, so you're asleep by the time stream starts. So you watch on YouTube. Okay, gotcha. No, that's fair. I'm planning on doing more streams in January. So there's actually a chance that by the time I'm done streaming, you will have woken up already. That feels heartbreaking to watch. The PB fail, or the one that I just did where I fell down the hole? Yeah, that PB fail was really sad. Just slowly realizing that my car was gonna lose grip. Oh. I'll know what my New Year's resolution will be. Do we? I mean, I think I did talk about it at some point. Beat the map? I mean, I was originally planning on trying to beat the map this year. That didn't really work out. Actually, I say that, but year is not over. The year is not over. We still got a couple days left. Who knows? Could pull something crazy out. But no, I'm getting in shape next year. It initially started as just giving up soda. But I am planning on trying to exercise 1 to 2 times a day. And drastically cut down on the amount of fast food I'm eating. Oh, God. Yeah, hopefully I can pull it all off. The way that I'm looking at it is, I'm trying to essentially gamify health. And it makes it really easy because we have, like, a number associated with it, right? Generally, you can loosely correlate your health with, like, your weight. And right now I'm nearing, like, 220 pounds. Which is not very healthy at 5'8". So yeah, hoping to lose like 60 or 70 pounds next year. Could theoretically still happen. Yeah, absolutely. I am not confident in the dirt flick on floor 16. It feels like the kind of jump where you could maybe get lucky with a lot of recoveries. But it doesn't feel great. Nice. 70's pretty nuts, but over the course of a year, absolutely doable. Yeah, I mean, getting myself down to like 150, 160 absolutely feels doable. No, I'm also planning on trying, like, extra hard to beat the map next month. That's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. essentially doubling the amount that I'm streaming. Combining that with my healthier lifestyle, hopefully, will bear really good results. First time I get the wheel hang on 16, it'll work flawlessly. Oh god, I hope you're right. That's another one where I'm really nervous about it. I mean, I am getting more consistent at it, but that's such a scary trick. Nice. So clean. Let's go. I've really been enjoying that jump. Don't need to drive an entire tower to start playing Deep Dip 2. True. If I was doing double dip, that would make beating Deep Dip 2 significantly harder. Are they still working on that? I know, I remember hearing someone say at some point that, like, Christmas was their goal, and that's a little bit past now. Still going. Okay. What is the PB for the both of them now? Last time I saw, I saw Sammy hit he got roof hit. Ooh. Believe they've both reached 16. Did I have a good Christmas? I did, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't like the most eventful Christmas. It was very chill, but it was nice. Hung out with my family in the afternoon. Happy Monday, Tom. Welcome in. Both been to 16. But Sammy's been struggling since he stopped playing over Christmas. That's fair. Saw Sammy got to the dirt flick on 16, but that was over a week ago. Oh, okay, cool. So he did make it back. That's awesome. Yeah, let me show you. Oh, actually, I got this thingy. This is kind of cool. It's a Rubik's Cube, right? But it has a little button in the middle. And it has this mode where it doesn't actually show up almost at all on screen here. When I tilt it at an angle, it kind of shows the colors. But yeah, it strobes and it starts getting faster and faster over a minute. It's kind of cool. Alternatively, you can just have it this, where you push a button and it glows. So, a little bit of backstory on this one. Rubik's Pulse. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. That would make sense. I think I have... Actually, I don't know if I have the thing anymore. Pretty neat. Am I good at solving them? I'm not good enough to consistently beat it in under a minute, which is, I think, the ideal thing for that cube. Okay, so just to give context for what I'm about to show, obviously I'm an old school RuneScape player, right? One of the things that I have been going for a very long time has been the agility pet. I think I have about 30 million XP in agility, which is about 2.5 times what you need to max the skill. So my brother-in-law thought it would be funny to get me this little guy. The giant squirrel. This is the agility pet. Figured if I couldn't get it in-game, I could at least have one in real life. Very funny. It's such a cool thing, though. It's like some kind of plastic polymer thing. It's very heavy. Great tailored gift, absolutely. Can barely see him back there, but he's on top of this bookshelf now. No, I love that gift, though. That had me laughing hysterically when I opened it up. It was just in a box, so I was like, I have no idea what this could possibly be. No, such a good gift. Always funny when you have a gift that's like kind of an inside joke. Oh yeah. Speaking of gifts, I did get 2 more. Well, I got other things probably, but like. One of my favorite other gifts that I got over Christmas was this. I had purchased all of One Piece up until where it was out at the time when I went to Japan. But my parents got me 110 and 111. So nice. Oh god, what am I doing? I don't know why I decided to try to go left on that pole. No, such a sick gift though. Super nice remaining up to date on that. Because that was the only manga that I allowed myself to purchase that wasn't actually fully completed at the time. Oh god. Thank you for the raid, Geometry Crafter. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How was your stream? Long time no see. Yes, indeed. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Hope your stream went well. Plaques, please don't take an hour. I hope not. Surely second try. Oh god. Well, that's a way of doing it. Happy Monday, left is faster. It's great, got 8th in Div 10. Yeah, that's really good. So close to getting Master 3 and ranked. How am I doing? I'm good. Yeah, I got a new PB recently. So I have no complaints. I mean, the PB could have been bigger, for sure, but after basically, it was just under 2 months since my last PB. End of October to end of December. Saw Colty was playing Double Dip. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, he's got a lot of practice on Deep Dip 1 and made it decently far into Deep Dip 2. Very cool. But yeah, I don't think it'll take me that long to get back up there again. I think I will be able to get back up to 15 soon again. Gotta go. Good luck. Hope I get hit another PB. Thank you. No, I think usually when I get to my PB floor the second time, that kind of unlocks my confidence. A lot of the problem, I think, before was a lack of confidence because Shit. No, if I would have done a break tap earlier, I would have been able to get up there. Terrible. Beat Deep Dip 1 in Double Dip today. Wait, really? Colty beat Deep Dip 1 in Double Dip? He hasn't beaten Deep Dip 1, right? Man. That's, I mean, congrats. That's gotta be a little bit painful, though. Kinda like beating the map on the checkpoint version without respawning. Yeah, right? No, that's sick, though. Once he comes in, I'll have to congratulate him on his fake Deep Dip 1 fin. I mean, it's a real Deep Dip 1 fin. He did finish Deep Dip 1. Just not in a way that counts. Oh, man. Just doesn't show on the Deep Dip 1 leaderboards. Yeah, exactly. It was a Deep Dip 1 fin, though, for sure. I assume he's probably still going to go for a real Deep Dip 1 fin that shows on the leaderboards, though. Really didn't fin Deep Dip 1? Not yet, no. He's been going for it, and he's, I think he's thrown, like, 2 or 3 times on the final floor. Finishing a checkpoint version of the map with 0 respawns. Yeah. The thing is, if I finished a checkpoint version with no respawns, I wouldn't count it. But if I finished a map where it had 0 checkpoints and it just continued going past the finish line, I think that's a different thing. Because you're not, like... A big part of the checkpoint map is the fact that you feel more confident knowing you have checkpoints to fall back on. Oh, God. Wait. He did finish it? Is that why he was doing double dip then? Cool. Guess he's finished it twice then. That is sick. Guess I get to give him a double congrats then. That is awesome. He's been working for that for a while now. That must feel so good. $34.23.97. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems pretty fast, no? Yeah, AT at least, but definitely not slow. 15th in the world? Yeah. Next day, getting it again instantly on the double dip, right? Man, Colty is cooking lately. Oof. Okay, I don't know why I went for that. That was just so bad. What was Virtual's PB before the big reactor cut? Good question. Yeah, I don't really have any memory of... I thought that times were like around 30 minutes. Okay, how many people have gotten the reactor cut? It's like 4 or 5, I would assume. Virtual, Nebula, Daub, Have. I don't... Am I missing something? Looks like 6 or 7. Sano, okay. Seb Métis. I don't know if I know that one. Boink, boink. Sploosh. 7 people faster than Mutta, who drove the fastest normal way time. That's... He has the fastest normal way time now. Because Have had a faster normal way time previously. Oh, God. Blech. Fantastic. Oh, unless you're not counting, like, Magnet Eat. Because I'm pretty sure that Have's old Magnet Eat world record was faster. I feel like the magnet cut isn't... Like, it's still a big cut, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't disqualify it from being, like, considered relatively normal. It's just a riskier way. Top 6 is all under 10 minutes. Yeah, that's absolutely the reactor. Jave's current PB does do a less optimal reactor cut. Yeah, his current one goes up to like floor 9 or something, right? Yeah, reactor to 9-ish, and then does the magnet yeet. Wouldn't say magnet cut is disqualified. I mean, it's definitely not normal, but I don't know. That one feels a lot less significant. The ratio of risk to reward feels a lot more normal for the magnet cut compared to the reactor one. Actually need to drive up to 10 to even get an attempt at the magnet cut. Exactly. Hey, Syra. Happy Monday. Feels cheap because it's so early in the map. Yeah, exactly. That's really the main problem. The fact that you climb up to like floor 2 and then just get to go to the top of the map. Not free, but you could just go for it as many times as you want. Relatively easily. Do 2 floors, get to the setup, and then there's an attempt. Yeah. Do feel bad for Mutta not even being on top 5 anymore because of all the cutters. Yeah. I don't know. Map has been out long enough at this point that I don't really feel too bad about records not standing. Obviously, I would prefer it if it was the other way around, where all of the records were like relatively normal. But hey, that's why they don't do reactor anymore. Today you watched 2 movies from the same franchise. Really missed some characters like Toph and Sokka. So you watched the James Cameron Avatar films? Hey, Colty, congratulations. Yeah, for a second I thought that you just went to double dip before finishing it. Because people were talking about your accomplishment recently, just a few minutes ago. And I was gonna say, that sucks that you went into double dip and it instantly did the goal that you were trying to accomplish. Oof. But yeah, massive congratulations. That is super awesome. How does it feel finally having that lifted off your shoulders? All right, the question though is which 2? Is it the 2 newer ones? Feels so good, you're free. I know, right? Someday that'll be me. Feel free to start your Deep Dip 2 journey. I mean, Colty started with Deep Dip 2 before that. But you can always feel free to continue. Deep Dip 2 is always here for you. Oh, God. Gross. If I'm not mistaken, jump before quack, right? It's been a little while, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Second and third ones. Okay, cool. Boink. Watched the first one 16 years ago. First one's the only one that I've seen. But it would have been when it came out. Got a Deep Dip 2 PB yesterday? Really? Damn. Okay, so how far did you get in Deep Dip 2 on your PB run? Loop? Got to floor 8. Let's go. One shot 7, of course. Oh, man. That is a little bit of a feels bad, though. Was it Bleb? Failed to transition onto the beam after the first turtle. Oh, the jump up. Yeah, that's a rough one. Visually impressive, but really feel like the same movie twice more. 3-hour runtime per movie with really not a lot of story feels bad. Yeah. I mean, they are visually impressive, but it just doesn't feel that interesting to me. Nice. If only I could have done that on Tuesday. Gross. Alright. And as always, after I beat my PB, we go back to this part. Sapphire Riot. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I like to go back to the jump before my PB and then beat the floor from there. Got invited and managed to squeeze the second one in before that day. Whew. Nice. I feel like the older I've gotten, the less and less I feel like action movies tend to appeal to me. Yeah, this is something. Hey, Scovlet. Happy Monday. If I touch that booster, I think it's over. I think this is savable. Surprised I was able to stay on. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I made the save and then fucked it up immediately afterward. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna slap myself over here. What an insane save. I guess you could maybe get 2 wheels off and try to just go all the way around the beam. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, God. There we go. All right. No, I think that flat part, though, is the best place to save it. Yeah, 40 minutes. Not the worst. No, that was a nice save. Nice save indeed. Alright. How is the first run going to go? That's the question. Save went against all the odds. Yeah. I don't know. I think, honestly, that save, not that incredibly hard to execute if you're patient. Obviously, there's the added pressure. Makes it just the more sad if you miss just after. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, that's a way to do it. The fact I survived going back through the turbo was the most impressive part. Yeah, that's true. Getting back through the turbo was kind of crazy. I'm kind of curious if you could get, if you were able to get all of your tires on the beam past the turbo, if you could just get enough speed backing into it and going again. Wouldn't be that hard to test. Spend like 3 minutes saving yourself only to fall off right after. Honestly, story of my life. I'm really surprised that my last PB on Tuesday didn't end up like that. I spent almost an hour, I think it was like 40 minutes or something, going for that save on 14. And then immediately cleared the floor afterward. Too cool. Always makes me happy to go against expectations in that way. Boink. At least I got a new PB. Yeah, I mean, not the best new PB, but PB is a PB. I can't complain. Like I was saying, like I've been saying for the last couple months, all I really cared about was getting back to 15. I just want to be able to get to 15 regularly. Even like a 15 every week. That was my second time on 15, yeah. Both of my 15 attempts on the main map have gotten all the way past the dragon. Very happy with that. Yeah. I mean, people always say this, but 15, not really that bad. But the fact I haven't been screwed over by anything before Dragon is kind of crazy to me. Happy Monday, Greek dude. Just want to get to the finish regularly. Is that too much to ask for? SMH my head. Yeah. Surely not. Surely fin regularly is very reasonable. Going for the 10 in a row. 10 fins in a row from the start. Time for you to make a custom map called Deca Dip. That's just Deep Dip 2 stacked on top of itself 10 times. Oh, is it? You're thinking 10 double dips in a row. That would be even tougher. Welcome in, Tack. Happy Monday. Hello there, Mr. Bald Chin. That's me. Finishing this lifetime, or... Yeah, I mean, you're asking for trouble if you're doing 10 in a row double dips. Only take you 30 minutes max. Clearly not planning on patching out the reactor cut. I mean, that would still be kind of insane, right? Reactor, and then cut to a different reactor. Just bobbing in and out of the tower repeatedly. That'd be super crazy. Add a lot of extra reactor rings, so instead of driving the tower, you can just reactor flight. That would be really funny. Oh, you know what would be kind of cool? What if you could make, you know those dots that are on the outside of Deep Dip 2? Replace those with reactors. But like try to keep the texture the same. Time to get a run or two in with no warm-up. Yeah, good luck, good luck. Rocket League ring map? Yeah, seems like it. I don't know, feels like Reactor is not... I mean, it's probably pretty controllable. Seems like people are able to do crazy stuff with it, but... kind of feels like a khaki map at that point. All the dots are springs and the tower is not a solid object. There we go. Nomad. Happy Monday. No way am I trying this map for 425 days. That's so many. Yep. This is the first and also only map that I've ever played in Trackmania. Started up June 3rd of 2023. Oh, also, I think I forgot to thank him, but while I was offline, I had a Timothy Molinari follow. So thank you, Timothy. Deep dip tube, the entire tower has been flipped upside down and you need to get to the start. There are a lot of upside down roads on Deep Dip 2. Surely not enough. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Nomad. Appreciate it. Boink. Didn't even realize that I was on day 425. Didn't feel like too long ago that I hit 365. Yeah. Didn't feel that long, to be fair. You're right. Ooh. Your sense of time is warped. No, I feel like I'm the same way. Let's see, 60 days. That's only like 3 months, isn't it? Deep dip, but it's a troll cup of the day. Finish and start are swapped. That would be pretty easy. No, I think that would have actually been really cool, though. If the map was actually built in such a way where if you were to flip all the blocks upside down, it would be fully drivable from finish to start. That would be some impressive mapping. Impressive mapping that literally would never be touched. Palindrome of a map. Well, kind of. Oh, I scraped. The problem is palindromes are the same forward and backward. For this, it would just be drivable forward and backward. Or forward and upside down. It kind of reminds me, I was seeing some calligraphy, like shorts, a while ago, where a person would take like a name or something and make it so that it is readable both right side up and upside down. So it is like rotationally symmetric. Kind of reminds me of that. Deep dip 3, go up the tower, gravity flips, you drive back down the tower, finishes under the start. Playing deep dip 2 without the pressure of falling back down to deep dip 1 is kind of boring. Ooh. No, actually though, I kind of like the idea of a tower with the same tower stacked on top of itself upside down. Eventually there will be a triple dip. True. And then you'll get people like Colty saying, man, it's so boring driving deep dip 3 without the threat of being able to drop down to deep dip 1. Triple dip's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it'll make me question how much can be done, right? Like, how big can a map really be? Surprised Maji didn't scam you on double dip. Yeah, I heard you got to floor 2. Ooh. Gross. Deep Dip 3 is going to be the first tower made fully with the new wood. Is it? Or do you mean like actually utilizing the new wood? God damn it. Alright. Oh, I blame my girlfriend. I got a text like right before that jump. And it made me glance down. Well, thank you for the fall, girlfriend. Happy Monday, Arthritis Hands. Good luck for the grinding next week. Thank you. Update to wood dropped shortly before the release of Deep Dip 2. Oh. Okay. So Deep Dip 2 was built, and I assume probably has the new wood physics, but just wasn't built with it in mind, is what you mean? Should've just wrote in chat to not distract me. Oh yeah. Nah, it's cool. Just means I get to drive 3 to 5 again. No big deal. Age of Gators, happy Monday. Tower falling anytime soon. Yep. Really anytime now. Oh, I wanted to look at the leaderboard now. I forgot. I don't think I've looked at it since I got my last PB. Yep. I don't even have to scroll down anymore. Oh, that is so sick. Just me and then a bunch of 1909s and above. That is beautiful. Floors are made with new wood physics in mind. Yeah, exactly. Seeing as double dip has old wood physics, wonder how this might change triple dip. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Nice. At the top of the non-finishers. True. Number one person who has not finished the map. Sounded weird. Not what you meant, so sorry. Oh, yeah, because you were scared that you meant that. I know what you think. I know what it sounded like, and I knew that that wasn't what you meant. So I just assumed that you meant what you actually meant. If that makes sense. If a map is old, it still changes with new physics updates, though? I don't think so, right? Best Deep Dip 2 finisher. Best Deep Dip 2 player excluding finishes. Yeah. I mean, Hobbs right on my tail. And so is Kindred, right? I think Kindred's on 15 now, too. Definitely true for ice maps, though. True. But prior to wood, like the wood update, didn't wood as a surface not exist? Isn't that the main thing? Like, there was no wood roads. It was just like the sides of platforms were wood. Good luck, gonna play some Silk Song. Hell yeah. How far into the game are you now? So much fun. Some maps are unfinishable because they were created during the wiggling era. Yeah. Just started, still in Bone Bottom. Nice. Man. First couple hours of a Hollow Knight game are always so fun. It was on the sides of blocks. Supports mostly. Would before that update, but it didn't have separate physics yet. Really? Huh. Heard some stories about Hunter's March. Yeah. Hunter's March is interesting. Definitely one of those. Probably don't go there until you're more prepared kind of things. Oh god. I didn't release for some reason there. I always do a little release on that turn and I didn't. That worked out surprisingly well. Quite some maps with custom items that used a wood surface because it's a different texture and then those got broken. Oh, right. just for aesthetic purposes. That is interesting. Now all of a sudden, people have these pretty wood maps that were essentially just normal maps, and people are just zooming around on them now. Yeah, that's... It's kind of interesting. It feels like it would be really easy for them to just make a new wood block. Use wood walls to gain elevation. Yeah. But no, I feel like ideally they would just make a new wood block and then delete the old wood block from the editor, so you couldn't add the old wood block to new maps, but then have the system like still recognize the like block ID of the old wood. Yeah, just change old wood block into new wood block. I mean, isn't that what they did? Feels... no? Huh. They didn't change it at all. Wait, what do you mean they didn't change it at all? Just the properties of the surface on the block. No, that's what I mean. Well, I guess you're right. It was considered a different surface before, except the surface's properties were just road. Yeah, that makes things complicated. I mean, same idea applies, though. Quack. The same idea applies, where instead of modifying this old surface and adding new properties to it, make a new property and make new blocks with that property, and then disable the old blocks that look like it for consistency. Why change wood physics to begin with if you wanted consistency? For more variation, I suppose. Like, new wood does look like it's pretty fun, right? Insanely high speeds that you could potentially get from it. Could try to get actual new surfaces instead of editing existing ones. Yeah. No, for sure. That's basically what I was suggesting. Or at the very least, doing what they do with Mario Maker. Because in Mario Maker, anytime they make giant sweeping systemic changes, the old levels are just encapsulated. They are just a time capsule of what the update was like before. They don't operate on the new system, and they just can't be recreated now. Talking about surface updates without finishing a map. True. I'm just lucky they haven't changed any surfaces in a way that breaks Deep Dip. Only apply changes to new maps. Exactly. Yet. True. Hey, Donnie. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Got Tuesday on the brain because that was when the PB was. Would still mess up work in progress maps. True, but like, I don't think you can really build around maps that aren't done yet. Although I guess you could just add an option, like when you're in the middle of making a map, if the physics changes happen, you could have like a pop-up that opens up that says like, hey, new physics changes have happened. Would you like to update your map to include those physics changes, yes or no? Hey, GBL. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Shaved? Is it PB time? It is indeed. Now, it does feel like these are all problems, though, that have been solved by other games. Feels like it should just be very simple. I don't know the backdoor spaghetti code that exists in Trackmania, though. This is why we don't trust Nadeo. Yeah. When I finish the map, I should do the ceremonious final shave on stream. That sounds messy. End up finding beard hairs just everywhere for months afterward. Greatest thing would just be to leave it all alone. I think leaving alone current blocks would be very good. I like Cuber's idea of just, if you want to add new things, don't update an existing thing, just add new things. Make a new surface. How much hair would get into the mic? Oh god, I would hope none of it because it's pretty far away. All for new, just don't change what's already there. Are you telling me you don't want another ice update? When you play a map, you would have to guess what surface you're driving, and you have to learn all the strats for each surfaces at different points in time. Wouldn't make sense. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they're forcing you... Well, they're not forcing you to do that because they're breaking all of the maps that are built with the old surfaces. But you're saying, oh, this downside, you have to learn more things. Doesn't feel like as big of a downside as saying, oh yeah, all these maps that were built using the old physics, they're broken now and can basically never be enjoyed how they were intended to. There we go. You weren't playing TM back when all that went down, but you'd hate to relearn something you're already used to. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people felt. 9 equals 12, right? God, I wish. 8 equals 10 is the saying, but we don't say it before we get to there. Don't be jinxing stuff. Not cool. Like I've always said, we are observing, not predicting. Learn how to play a map before an update. Now the map works completely differently because there was an update. Doesn't make sense either. True. Bobsleigh was actually semi-enjoyable during the first ice. How did the first ice work? 8 is past tense of eat. Okay with the first update to make Bob more keyboard friendly. Was that the one that made it so that like you weren't asked to do incredibly precise songs jamming? Yeah, Gerudo Valley is so good. Probably one of my favorite Zelda songs. Ice Wiggles were made keyboard viable. Yeah, I mean, I think the main problem, right, is that a lot of things were just not viable on both input methods, but they want maps to be competitively viable for everyone, regardless of how you're playing. Or they eventually wanted that without realizing. Well, maybe they always wanted it and just didn't realize that there was an advantage in the first place. That's probably the big problem. Players optimizing breaks the plans of Nadeo. Normal ice slides were a tiny bit slower, but you had ice wiggles, which were amazing. Didn't have to do black magic to gain +1 speed. Why remove ice wiggles? Just like a speed drift wiggle on ice. Ice wiggle is actually keyboard main because you could double tap ice wiggle. New PB, indeed. Thank you for the follow, Morgus. And happy Monday, Fox and Morgus. Planets again, damn, yeah. Not the biggest PB, but I PB'd by like 2.5 jumps. And a PB is a PB. Before I got that, the main thing I was saying is I needed to get back to 15. Whoo, baby. 8 equals 10. just getting back to the planets is huge. Getting back to 15 in general is huge for sure. But also, like, getting back to 15 and getting another PB, no matter how small. Massive. Feels great. Cause for celebration every time, PB or not. Exactly. Getting back to 15 is just huge. I think usually mine are killed by 12 or 13. Or 11 for that matter. You know what? 10 to 13, just in general. Don't want to miss out on any of them. Saw Ice Wiggles is more of an extra technique, not something meant to be main gameplay mechanic for a map. Yeah, but the problem is, you see it as an extra technique, but if it works on a map, and it's optimal, then it needs to be used to try to, like, optimize a world record. And I think that's where the real problem lies. Like, feeling that you have to do Ice Wiggles. Gonna one-shot 16 when we get there? Surely. Most runs die somewhere between 0 and 16. So true. Scuffed. Good luck on the runs, though. Gotta go. Sounds good, Fox. Talk to you later. Beautiful. I feel like you needed Ice Wiggles to win on an ice map. You didn't. If you needed Ice Wiggles to win on an ice map, you didn't build a good ice map. How you feel about it? Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's really about needing them. It's the fact that there is a difference between someone who's able to fit in the Ice Wiggles on an ice map versus someone who's not able to, right? If two people played exactly the same, but one person got a tiny bit more speed from an Ice Wiggle, I mean, it depends on how hunted and optimized a map is, obviously. But it's undeniable that there is an advantage there to be gained from a niche mechanic. Gross. Same boat as Virtual's keyboard controversy. Something that most cannot do. Yeah, basically. I think the biggest problem, too, is that it doesn't feel intuitive enough. I mean, not that ice sliding is necessarily super intuitive. Have I seen what no grip looks like in this game? Nope. Well, I've seen it, but it kind of just looks like ice to me. I haven't played it, so it's kind of hard to say. Ice, but the gears actually work? Nice. Ooh, shit. Just remove ice, problem solved. So all of the maps that have ice on them, are the ice blocks just missing now, or are we making them pretty looking road? Or you load up a map that had ice in it and it's just like, error, could not load map. Don't care, don't have to deal with ice anymore, world's a better place. Fair enough. Alright, that's gross. Servers looking packed? Yeah, right. Most competitive maps nowadays use ice with no grip. Feels like it's a nice touch. Holy save. Thank you, thank you. Happy Monday, Scooty fan. Fan. Fucking finally. Ooh. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, that person's on the server. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Anything that can save here? Yeah, I could save. Why do you feel sorry? Happy Monday, Leo. Cheers. Only take a minute or two to see if it saves. It's on a curve, so I think it will save. Or not a curve. It's at an angle. Yeah, first run of the day though, making it to that spot. Whew. Okay. Now, this jump sucks. I hate this jump. Yep, that's exactly what I expected. No matter how late I turn on that, I always feel like it always feels like I'm turning too late, and then I'm always turning too early. Oh well. Man. Oh well. Yeah, like I said, just means that I get to save to... I have to do 4, 5, and 6 again. Had I made that save, I would have had to redo floor 6. Or redo the end of 6. That would have spit me out at basically Quack Jump. Am I a good cook? I wouldn't say so. I can follow recipes, but like... I'm not very practiced. Good luck with the run. Gonna sleep? Alright, sounds good, no man. I will talk to you later. Have a good night. Ooh, you know what I just realized? I was making a classic mistake just now that I always call people out on. I always call people out when they're like, well, that was a good run. I had the same thought, right? I literally said something like, hey, first run getting to the end of 11, pretty good. It's not over. Plenty of time to climb back up. Learning some good recipes and meal prep will really go a long way with my resolution. True. Also, fuck. Oh, I missed the bob? God damn it. What a stupid way for a run to die. Okay. Now the run is over. Bit of a self-jinx there. Oh, absolutely. But as I've always said, self-jinxes are on me. If I jinx myself and it goes badly, That is on me. If somebody else writes some stupid shit in the chat that I read and makes me end up falling and ends up jinxing me, that's not in my control anymore. That's just a dick move. Rage Maji. Ah, it'll be fine. Hey, Jorios, happy Monday. Man. During the warm-up, that jump that I failed on 11, I was saying that I've been really enjoying that jump lately, and then I fail it on the main map. Very delayed self-jinx there, too. Ah, man. Oh man, 3 of us here. Four of us? Ah, fuck. God damn it. Would I rather be a bus driver or a truck driver? Truck driver, 100%. Without a second thought. I don't even need to ask what kind of bus. Truck driver. I don't think I would prefer any of those jobs, or either of those jobs. So long as the cargo doesn't talk back. Yeah, I mean, the cargo's not gonna get on and then just, like, puke all over my bus, right? There's no risk of the cargo spreading feces all over the wall. Human trafficking? I mean... Didn't think I was gonna be that kind of truck driver. Sounds like I have some bus-related traumas. I actually haven't had any first-hand experience like that. Aside from my own rowdy experience riding buses in public school. I remember back in the day, happy Monday, Zio. I remember back in the day, like elementary and middle school, my friends and I would play this game where we would stand, like, crouched down on the seat of the bus, and then we would wait for the bus to come to a complete stop, and then, like a loaded spring, jump. We would jump out of the seat and see how many seats we could clear in a single jump. And just knowing that that potentially you could have people like me on the bus. If you were a school bus driver. Sounds absolutely awful. Not to mention, I have this whole thing with ambient noise. I'm not a big fan of ambient noise. I don't really like crowded places. I was the trauma for someone else? Pretty much. Not gonna lie, there were definitely times where we landed on people. I was literally blunt force trauma. Boink. Peak middle school activities. I mean, this whole thing could be fixed if they just put seatbelts on school buses. Like, I know that they don't have them on there because, like, you don't actually need them for the safety of the students. You gotta save money by cutting budgets somewhere. But feels like a good excuse to actually keep students in place while the bus is driving. That would cost tens of dollars more, right? Think of the shareholders. My bad. My bad. I always forget about the poor shareholders. How much budget are you really shaving off there? I mean, the thing is, a single school district will reuse their buses because they stagger their, like, elementary, middle school, high school times. But yeah, probably, I would assume close to 600 to 1,000 seatbelts per bus, or per school, or per school district. Probably a couple thousand seatbelts, actually. And there are a lot of school districts in the country. Millions of seatbelts, essentially. And if each of those seatbelts costs 10 cents, that's still, well, that's only like $100,000, but we need to spend that money on our military. We need jets for our jets to fly. Every CEO doing the most evil thing imaginable, but think of the shareholders. Oh, man. No, statistically, though, there have been studies done that just show that it's not a risk to have, like, a school bus without seatbelts. Like, very minimal risk, anyway. Of course, those studies could be done by people who benefit off of not making seatbelts. Can't say, since I haven't actually looked into the financials of the studies myself. I mean, my entire argument for it wasn't even think of the children's safety. think of the bus driver's sanity. Bus driver's sanity is tied to their ability to do their job well, which in turn would increase safety for their passengers. I think the buses are kind of designed in a way where it doesn't matter, though. Like, unless a bus driver is literally just parking their bus in the middle of a train track and then just stopping and getting out of the bus and, like, locking the door from the outside. It doesn't feel like there's that much that a bus driver could do to realistically cause a lot of harm. Could do your job immaculately and still have to pick up deranged people. Oh yeah, if it's a public bus and not like a school bus. Well, I guess you could have deranged high schoolers. No, absolutely. Ooh, that was a funky. Who's driving on the beam nowadays? Bet the kids are most deranged per capita. Yeah, I mean, especially in the US. Well, maybe not especially in the US. Maybe it's just true generally. Just so happens that kids in the US have the most ease of access to firearms. You're not wrong, though. Don't beat kids, you swear. Sounds like exactly like someone who beat what someone who beats kids would say. Love seeing kids here go to school by bicycle. That is kind of nice. Having that kind of, like, independence. On to me too, gotta go. Oof. Oh, man. When I think of independence, though, I think of, like, the Japanese elementary school students. It's so cute seeing them in their little yellow hats, like, walking all the way to school by themselves. They walk or ride to school, that's just already a bit of exercise to start the day. True. Man, I just wish it was an option here. I feel like in the US, schools tend to be far enough away where it's like not really reasonable to do something like that. At least in like suburbs. Things are kind of designed in a way where everything is far away from everything else. Miss the bus, and it's like, well, guess I'm missing school today. From what you see in the US, the main thing is there aren't enough paths for bicycles. The main problem with the US is that the infrastructure is built around a highway system, where you go quickly, like 60 miles an hour from point A to point B, and you commute that way for work. And that leads to, like, less, well, it's not less densely packed, it's more densely packed commercial areas too, with, like, no, it is less densely packed. Less densely packed because you need parking lots for everything. Schools aren't that far in the suburbs, you feel like? Not by car, but like for me, yeah, if I'm taking a vehicle, if I'm taking a car to my school, only takes like 5 minutes. Like 5, probably less than 10 minutes to get there by car. But if you're walking there, or like, I mean, maybe bike isn't that bad, but bike is still gonna be like probably a third of the speed. Maybe less. Probably less. I don't know, I guess when it starts reaching the point where it takes a half an hour to get to school in the morning, a half an hour or longer to get to school in the morning, it just feels like it's kind of excessive. The parking lot is just an underground facility with like 4 or 5 floors. You can walk through the cities, and then you can walk through the city center. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, that is kind of how our cities are too, except instead of underground, it's above ground, like parking structures. I mean, sometimes there are underground ones, I guess. Oh, 7 Greek dude. Oof. And happy Monday, Kindred. Pulling these numbers out of thin air. I feel like generally half the school's kids live close enough to bike. I don't know. I think that's probably just not true. Because there are, like, buses that go to the places close to the school still to, like, drop people off if they don't feel like walking or biking. But there are just a lot of buses that go to, like, a lot of different areas from the school. At least in the suburbs that I live in, you know? Obviously a little different from location to location. Alright, what got you, Greek dude? I saw it said like 1,200. Was it the loop? Or the roof slide, I mean. Keep getting freaking hold. Oh. That is rough. Held acceleration too long, panic. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird jump. I feel like it's easy to hold acceleration too long because you don't think your setup is good. Felt slow till you didn't. Yeah. Story of my life on that jump. Oh well, you'll get back up there again. You've been getting up to 11 really consistently. Only times you see big parking lots in front of stores is when it's like a furniture store. Makes sense for transport. I think for me, like in suburb areas, there are a lot of places that have big grocery stores. Or not big grocery stores, big parking lots. Stuff like grocery stores, stuff like promenades where it's a single, like, big building that is separated out into many stores, like an outdoor mall. Good luck with the rest of the day. Thank you. I will talk to you later, Ruler. Have a good one. Back for another run after quick 11 regain practice. Sounds good. There's a lot of grocery stores there. Fair enough. Ooh, God. Wow. Missed. Hey. Never that far away from one. Yeah, for me, I feel like it's not really like that. There are a lot of residential areas that are decently far from a grocery store. Not to the point where you would want to actually, like, purchase a cart full of groceries and walk home with it. I think the biggest problem in, like, my community is a ridiculous overabundance of used car dealerships. Because those take up a massive amount of space without really providing a service that's needed for most people most of the time. And that causes stuff to get spread out a lot. Are you kidding? Wow. Over there, the bike is often the fastest way to get somewhere. That must be nice. Absolutely not the case here. Car has to go around everything while the bikes can just take the most direct paths. Interesting. I think that's a big difference then. Infrastructure here is kind of designed so that cars can take the most direct path. Happy Monday, Bonky. Am I looking different? Are you just talking about the shave? Because that happens every time we PB. Yeah, ideally I would look like this all the time. Never here for the PBs. They're few and far between. No, it turns out when your PB is on floor 15, really hard to get them frequently. If I look like this all the time, means that I PB all the time, so it makes sense. Yeah. Hey, Zayons, happy Monday. Had some cheesecake the other day, can confirm it's goated. I mean, it's good. In my experience, tends to be too thick and rich for me. I am much more into subtle sweets. Good luck on the climb. Thank you, thank you. I started turning significantly earlier than I would like there. But it worked. You'll take them thick and rich. One more past 6, and it is what it is. Sounds good. Oh, man. I really need to get more sleep. Don't think I'm going to end early today because of it, but... been a real problem lately. Oh, gross. Oh, no. Bounce. Flip. Don't. Nice. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Freaking Tony. Nice. Ugh. Ugh. Nice. Yeah? Yeah, nice. Oh. Left hand was popping like crazy. Ooh, barely. Still can't believe I failed this jump earlier. To be fair, I do remember when I used to struggle with that jump. Didn't always feel as free as it is. Nice. Boink. Sploosh. Wait, what am I doing? Happy Monday, Rosu. Good enough. Oh. God. Such a dumb mistake. What a flip on the landing, though. Yeah. I was 100% expecting that to flip only 180 degrees and dead turtle there. No matter, we go again. True. Oh, 07 Hav. Gross. this run gonna go? Havoc seems to be struggling with 14 today. On Deep Dip 2. Interesting. I mean, 14 is pretty jank. So it doesn't surprise me, necessarily. $14 is just such a weird floor. Anything in particular? Or is it just jumps all over the place? Looping the jump into the red booster wall. Yeah, that one's a little bit weird. Especially given the fact that most people do it opposite of me. Made it now. Of course, right as we're talking about it. Classic. Body and Pollux. Happy Monday. Ooh. Scuffed. Loop back to the start of 14 now. That's not too bad. There are so many worse ways that you can fail on that part of 14. Was it a cone fail or was it the bounce? Hey! Thank you for the 4 months, Tolly. Happy Monday. Whew. It was the cone. Far too straight up the cone. And then landed on the ice, I presume. Feels like that's the only real way to save from the cone that doesn't fall all the way down. Local newspaper. Someone's got to do it, right? While we're sitting here driving floor 6 for the thousandth time. Blech. Such a mean word for someone that struggled with having a lisp for quite a long time. Might as well get updates on Double Dip, right? Back of the cone. Nice. Quack. Yeah, I think 1000th is probably one of the meanest Lisp words. Aside from Lisp itself. I think, even though Lisp is such a simple word to pronounce, it's so mean to me that they would put an S there. Fumbled the landing, it's a floor 9 catch. Ooh. Could be worse. Landed turtled after the cone, didn't get the recovery. Oh, on 14. I was gonna say, I don't know what cone on 9 you're talking about. Oh, gross. Oh, god damn it! Fucking Noob. What's going on? Hava is back at 10. Okie dokie. Boink, boink. Sploosh. Anyone that makes the 360 makes the 360 look like child's play, to be fair. It does feel hard to make the 360 without making it look easy. Alright, we don't really need the play-by-play anymore. Tell me if someone makes it to, like, 16. Man, that was close. Hey, Lysergium. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How am I doing? Fun holidays? Yeah, holidays were good. Ooh, jeez. Car came flying out of nowhere. How about you? My holidays were very relaxed. Fun stuff all in all. Bedtime for you. Gonna be going. Alright, sounds good, Cuber. Have a good night. I will talk to you later. Got a big block of real Italian Parmesan from Santa. That is an interesting gift. I don't know if I've ever heard of someone getting cheese from Christmas. Real North Pole Italian Parmesan. Made from reindeer milk. Oh god. Want to have reindeer cheese now? I mean, sure it exists somewhere. If something has milk, someone must have made cheese out of it at some point. I guess it's hard, like... Maybe that's not true. What would be the weirdest cheese? I think in my brain, some kind of carnivore's cheese would be kind of weird. The idea of bear cheese sounds really strange to me. Whale cheese. That is very strange, yeah. Moving away from land mammals entirely. Some birds produce milk. Is it milk or is it a milk-like substance? I think it's a milk-like substance. Is human cheese possible? Seems like it should be. I guess the question is it possible to make cheese out of any kind of milk? I don't really know what the process of cheese entails, and like if there is a chemical in it that is necessary. Definitely feels like you should be able to make human cheese. Oh god. Whale cheese is possible, apparently. Perfect. Exactly what we needed to know about. Gross. Okay. Male emperor penguins make milk, apparently. Again, milk or a milk-like substance. Just because it is a white liquid does not mean that it is milk. The process is tied to fats and proteins in the milk. Obviously not mammalian milk, but a substance to feed the brood. Yeah, but like everything well, not everything makes a substance. There are some like carnivores and like herbivores that just feed or like get food for it from the wild. Caterpillars eat their cocoons, but they're not milk. Yeah. Triggered by the same hormone and contains similar nutrients. Okay. I still don't think I would count it, since milk is a very specific thing. Animal-based milks, yes, you can technically turn them into cheese with some exceptions, but plant-based liquids don't really work. Makes sense. Yeah. Hey, Stistrop, happy Monday. Off you go to Google the definition of milk. Today's search history is going to be odd. Oh, man. Happy Monday. How's the tower treating me? Oh, it's been weird. The very first run of the day went to 11 and made it like all the way to the third to last jump. And then after that, it's just been kinda downhill. I think the best I've made it to since then was the loop on 7. All this cheese talk started about asking about your holidays. I mean, we gotta talk about cheese when someone talks about getting Parmesan for Christmas. Well, that sums the day up. Goddamn. Okay, so something that I haven't really thought about. All the different types of cheeses, right? Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese. Is the difference just the manner in which they're prepared? It's just a style of cultivating milk into a cheese product? Got things that must be done. Happy dipping. Alright, sounds good. Good climbing today, Greek dude. Talk to you later. Parmesan's super special. 2 types of bacteria grow on the grass in the region that appear nowhere else. So it ferments completely differently. Okay. But you could technically cultivate those 2 types of bacteria and mix that bacteria into any kind of milk, right? So that's kind of interesting. Make some human Parmesan. You know what? I just realized something. I feel like I've seen like videos of baby bears, like little bear cubs being bottle fed. But I've never actually thought about that process of milking a bear. I guess it's possible that they would be using formula. Probably a substitute? I don't know if I would say probably. That's definitely a possibility. My first guess would have been sedation. Would take a brave person to milk a bear. Yeah, but I don't know. We have bears in like zoos in captivity. Somebody's got to move the bears somehow, right? Bear handling is not something that is completely out of the question. I do think formula probably makes more sense, though, than risking milking a bear every time you need to feed a cub. Damn it. Shaves from the extra planet? Shave is from the extra planet, yeah. Extra planets. Planets. Because before I had only successfully driven the second planet. And now I've driven all the way through the 4th planet, jumping to the 5th one and landing there successfully before failing the final jump out. Turn heads of the story, though. How did you get those scars? Milked a bear, right? Oh, man. Gross. Oh, man. If I could just get up to like floor 8 again, please, that would be great. Nice. Deep Dip 1 is not being nice to you. Surely Deep Dip 2 will. Yeah, surely. If there's one thing Deep Dip 2 is known for, it's for being nice to people. Rob Dubois, welcome in. Happy Monday. Don't know how, but how do I not give up on this? Would have given up after day 100 or so, but I'm still going. I don't know. Making progress still. Got a PB last Tuesday. Not having any luck in lightweight boxing, getting beat. Let me try heavyweight. Surely that'll be better. Heavyweight without putting on any weight. Just saying, yeah, let me fight him. Let me fight the bigger guys with longer reach. What could go wrong? Deep Dip 1's easy, trust me. Well, if anyone can say that now, surely it's Colty. Been a long time since you watched me because you need to work on school. Fair enough. I always say prioritize real life over Twitch streams. 2 times in 2 days. True. Yeah, it's been relatively slow, as you can expect. Climbing back up to floor 15 is just hard in general. Oh, god damn it. I'm just glad that I was actually able to get like a real PB once I did get to 15. Now my PB on screen and my PB in like reality are the same. Since Dips++ was actually working this time to record it. Super nice. Back-to-back runs as well, not 100% sure. That is crazy. Earliest follower in this chat. Really? Following since November 2024. I didn't start in November 2024. I started in like June. Was it? It's June 2024. I mean, that's still like 5 months after, but... So it's relatively early. How? I would assume you just haven't stuck around for 10-minute increments somehow? Seen everything and nothing, right? Oh, man. Today minus 425 is October. The timer, or the days only increment when I stream. If I were to take tomorrow off and then stream on Wednesday, I'm not writing day 427. Which one of my viewers do I think has the most watch time? Ooh, I think the answer is probably Body. Isn't there a stats thing for that on like Stream Elements? I think there is. Exclamation mark leaderboard or something? Understand, that's why my days were under 100 or something. Oh god. Oh, what am I doing? Man. Oh no, that's a point thing. Interesting. I don't know. Because the leaderboard thing is the Stream Elements points. Watch leaderboard. Yeah, I don't know. How does Larry have like 10 million more points than the next guy? Successful gambling, I think? Really, that's the main thing. Ooh, Crobat. I want it, I want it. Shows up, wins or makes up a holiday and wins gambling. That's the gist of it. Happy put a one-piece hat on a Slowpoke day. Unfortunately, that's not a unique day. That's just every day. Let's go. Boink, boink. Sploosh. Ooh. Wait a second. I think if you do the watch time thing, you should probably actually have 10 minutes now. Nice. Let's go. When is this counting from? It's counting from... I actually don't know. Happy Monday, Fa. The only thing that I know is that at some point someone tried doing a watch time command. And I think I wanted that to exist. So I added the Stream Elements bot to the chat or something. And then I set that up and it didn't work because I didn't have points enabled, and now we have gambling. It was relatively soon into the grind. I have spent 0 seconds watching me. True. I mean, I've never accumulated points from the chat. I mean, that is the way that it tracks it, whether or not you're able to gain points. I know, right? I mean, it means that any time that was spent watching would have been before I added the stream elements thing. And I don't know entirely when I started that. Oof. This is kind of weird. I don't remember getting to floor 4. Did I just go on autopilot, basically? I mean, I remembered the final part of floor 3, where I almost fell out, you know? That weird bug slide on the dirt. But, like, everything before that, I was just completely on autopilot. Ever so slightly tilted from my, like, second run onward. Probably. Lynn Topley. When did I last PB? Tuesday. Happy Monday. Thank you. Yeah, very nice indeed. It wasn't the biggest PB. Keep grinding, I'll get there. Thank you. Absolutely. When did Deep Dip 2 come out again? It was May 2024. And then I started playing a month after that. Ooh, that's bad. Oh well. Followed about 5 months after the event. I think my PB was probably around floor 6. I think at that point I was doing 5-day-a-week streams. So 5 months in would have been... Or 5 months after the event would have been 4 months after, which is 16 weeks, 40, 64. On day 64, I would have been just having reached floor 6, yeah. Yep. Because I reached floor 6 on day 63. So I was either at floor 6 or barely hadn't reached it yet. One of the first followers that I remember. From Trackmania, one of the first followers that I remember is probably Jay Hammerstrike. Jay Hammerstrike and Snoo Snoo were some of the earliest ones. Remember anything floor 4 and above was cause for excitement. Man. It is crazy how quickly something can go from super exciting to super monotonous. Have I practiced 16? Minimally. I have played 16 because I do Checkpoint Fridays every week. So I beat every jump on 16 on the mini checkpoint map once a week, but not excessively enough to the point where I feel comfortable with 16. Been checking in from time to time. Great to see the improvement. If you remember correctly, I started Trackmania with Deep Dip 2. Yep. Absolutely. And I haven't played any other maps since. This is still the only one, with the only exception being versions of Deep Dip 2 with checkpoints on it. But yeah, playing until I finish. It would definitely would be possible for me to finish pretty much any day, but I doubt I'll one-shot 16. Not impossible, but I think it's much more likely that I fail something on 16, do a 16 training arc, and then proceed from there. Incredible. It'd be fun to see how I do now on more regular maps with the technique acquired from just Deep Dip. It'll have to wait until I'm done with Deep Dip 1 as well. Before I move on to regular maps, I'm playing all of the Deep Dip team's maps in descending order of difficulty. So most likely it's going to end up being Deep Dip 2, then Deep Dip 1. Probably Bennett Foddy 2 will be out by then. And then Bennett Foddy 1 and Shallow Dip. The main obstacle after I'm done with Deep Dip 2, though, will be Deep Dip 1. Once I'm done with Deep Dip 1, then I will soon after be able to play a cup of the day, which will be fun. Once I'm at the top, yeah. Deep Dip 1's easy. Surely. How long were you playing Deep Dip 1? A month or two? It was fun watching Virtual's first run at Bennett Foddy at my checkpoints. This map is so hard, he says. Little did he know what was to come. Yeah, I mean, people weren't really building a lot of tower maps at that point. Happy Monday, Lunchbox. not only did I manage to get unstuck on 14, but I reached the planet rings right after. Yeah. I got unstuck on 14, ended up recovering exactly how I said that I would, where I ended up falling out of that little gap and then doing an upside down bounce back to that platform. Jumped to the start of 14 from there. Cleared 14 after that without any major difficulties. And then went all the way to the planets and got farther. Very good run on Tuesday there. I think you've been grinding it since September. Okay, so what you're telling me is easy. Surely won't have any trouble with Deep Dip 1. No, that was such a cool run, though. Have you seen the PB clip yet, Lunchbox? Yeah, you just checked. Such a cool save. Falling from 15 there, and then somehow saving there on that little 11 thing. That little platform. And then that saved all the way back to 13. I believe that run died on the Elcon cut. Welcome in, Ira. Happy Monday. Doubters in shambles. Yeah, I mean, I can now definitively say it was so worth it to wait there and try to make the save on 14. It felt like such a waste of time at the time. Gross. Freaking clips. Okay. Oh, quack. But yeah, sitting there, basically just holding break for essentially 40 minutes. I don't remember exactly how long it was. It was somewhere between like 40 minutes and an hour, though, of just holding reverse and praying. The likelihood that I got back up to 14 from 0, though, if I would have just respawned in that amount of time, feels very low. Obviously not impossible. I could definitely get back up to 14 in 40 minutes. So happy, though. More PBs, please. More 15s. Hell, more 12s. There we go. Quack! All right. Scuffed, but we take it. Nice. Looks good. Happy Monday, Patagonia. Whew. Beautiful. Is my camera glitchy? Is it? I don't notice anything. Hey, Havron. Happy Monday. Looks like it has low bit rate. I haven't dropped any frames. And I'm not noticing anything weird on my side. And a lot of other people are saying it looks good. Happy Monday, Larry. Happy Mongolia Independence Day. Don't they know that they're supposed to gain their... Fuck! Independence on the 4th of July? Wrong day. Christmas was good. How about you? God damn it. It's been good. Good. Too bad it's like 60% over. Christmas? Christmas break. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, man. Had 16 days off. Took a lot of vacation days off. Nice. That is fun. Is that 16 additional days off? Like, not counting weekends? Weekends and already paid holidays? Or, no, you said had 16 days off. Counting weekends and already paid holidays. Okay. Still, though, that's pretty cool. Crazy that the year is almost over already. Kind of feels like it just started. day 10-ish of 16, work next Monday. Dang. That is pretty sick. Kind of excited for next year. Feel like it's going to be a big year. Should be a fun year. Got my fingers crossed. Oh man, I'm just hoping that nothing eventful happens in like February. This guy named Fajukla should finish Deep Root 2 abs. Yeah, that's the big event that I'm thinking of. So I keep postponing the going back to Group Iron Man RuneScape thing. What's the command for that? Oh man, I wish there was an easy command for that. Imagine it was me being busy with Christmas. Kinda? Yeah. So, the main thing was, I couldn't think of anything for Christmas that I really wanted from my family. So when they're like, tell me what you want for Christmas for, like, a list, one of the things that I said was like, yeah, just get me a year of RuneScape membership. So I didn't feel like bonding my account up at all, because I knew I was getting getting RuneScape membership money. Deep Root 2 was kind of nice after all, end of floor 5 at least. Yeah, that is pretty nice. Oh god. Excuse you? Okay. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm not actually going to be... Also, happy Monday, Hank. I'm not planning on membering up until February, because I'm actually planning on going, like, really hard on Deep Dip in January. To the point where it wouldn't surprise me if I finished the map next month. Yeah, the time that I normally would be spending playing RuneScape, the evenings, I'm probably going to be doing, like, evening streams every day. So it wouldn't really make sense to member up right now. Your birthday is on the 28th of January. Well, happy birthday, Ira. Time to finish the map for you. Oh, God. Nice on the new PV. Thank you, thank you. Great day to Finn. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, that'll give me enough time for a 16 training arc, right? You take a PV. PV's good, too. Getting a PV so I can shave for Christmas, see how it is? Yeah, basically. That was actually super funny. Literally the last day before Christmas break. Since I didn't do Christmas Eve or Christmas Day stream. Honestly, I'm just happy to be back on 15, right? I've been saying that for so long. Alright. I'm not playing well. Ever since the very first run. My very first run made it to 11. Like, to the end of 11. And it's only been bad since then. So I'm calling it now. This is my last run. We'll see what happens. 3-hour runtime. I mean, the most it could be would be 2 hours, but honestly, wouldn't surprise me. Oh yeah, so what have you been up to? Just doing sailing mostly? Get them all out of your system. The next stream is only for 15 attempts. That would be nice. Just exclusively high runs tomorrow. Super busy doing family stuff. Fair enough. Today's the first day you really played. You can tell by this first stream you've got in a while. No, that's fair. I mean, I've been streaming a lot less this month, too, to be fair. Really? I mean, good save. But goddamn. What was I doing last time? Last time I played, I think I had just finished woodcutting. And I was mostly working on... It's funny because I don't know... I'm kind of curious if it would be efficient in some way to do sailing. It probably would be. Just to get started on sailing and, like, do a bunch of collection log salvaging kind of things to get a bunch of free vouchers. I was getting ready for the 99 con grind. I feel like there's just so many free planks to be had, though. Bedtime? Alright. Talk to you later, sister. Have a good night. Legendary Walmart bag. What a funny name. Happy Monday. Chicago style pizza 2. Deep dish. Oh man. Almost correct. Come on, plastic. All right. Wood cutting, do CG for money. And then, yeah. Doing sailing so it's not your Tog skill is worth it. Yeah. It wouldn't take that long to... I feel like it wouldn't take that long to get like 70 sailing either. No, you're right. Well... Yeah, the tower's not treating me well today. Also need to get the quest cape back. True. True. Alright. Man. Have any goals before the new year? Not before the new year. Got plenty of goals for after, though. Nice, nice catching a stream for once. Been a minute. Yeah. Like I was saying, it'll be much more frequent streams starting next year. But yeah, see you all later. I'll be back tomorrow for more Deep Dip. Oh, and I should probably actually click buttons before. Alright, peace for real.